Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be going over classic malware types. We've already talked over some of them to begin with, but we're going to go over them again, and then we're going to go over one new one in this video. So let's get started. If you remember, ransomware, its name is exactly how it sounds. It'll lock your files, demands you pay a ransom for it. It will pop up with a screen. You won't be able to click on anything else. It might be convenient, by the way. Some of them make it convenient to put your money information in. Don't do that, by the way. Usually the most effective way of doing this is not to pay the money, but rather just reformat your computer. Um, if you're part of like a corporation and this happens to you, it's going to be pretty much company wide. This is why it's really a good idea to segment your networks so that if one network gets, ransomware, you can kind of just delete that and put up a backup. But yeah, this is all about cash. It's usually never really about destroying your data. They just want money. Usually in Bitcoin, usually in cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Dogecoin, whatever they want at that time, whatever has value, usually Bitcoin. But don't actually give them any money. Maybe contact the authorities if you think they'll do something about it, but reformatting your computer works too. These are just kind of uh, very random, and usually people that get them, they're not being the most responsible with their cybersecurity, with their personal security, with their computers. They're not going into sites that they should. Rarely is it that they ever get targeted unless it's a corporation. Those get targeted. Okay, and the next one is Trojans. I think I told you about this. Uh, the Trojan horse concept of the Troy War disguises itself as safe software, but then it will, boom, once installed, it'll steal data or open a backdoor for hackers, right? It can also, you know, it might be a logic bomb as well, but we're about to get into that in a little bit, okay? So the next one is worms. So I talked briefly about this one. It will spread itself. Sometimes, and I'll give you an example of one. This one is kind of rudimentary. This is something that actually I learned how to do a long, long time ago when I was a teenager, is to set up a worm that keeps replicating itself and not just spreading, but also replicating itself, bloating the computer and completely killing all of its hard drive space. Okay. And if you put in a new hard drive, if you didn't delete, let's say you put in an additional hard drive, not you got rid of that hard drive and then put a brand new one in, but you put an additional hard drive or you had an M.2 and there was still hard drive space there that had that data, it'll spread to the new one. Boom, it's done. Everything gets ruined unless you completely clean the computer. That's something that I made. It was just for fun. It was like for a school project. But yeah, these work without you. They work, they replicate, they can slow down entire networks. I did it just for fun on my own stuff, by the way, not on anybody else. I just wanted to see if I could, and I could. Very, very simple stuff. Some of them can be very complex, okay? It doesn't just have to slow down your computer. Some of them can be very complex, can create backdoors. It can open up backdoors for you for the hacker, not you. You shouldn't be making worms. Or it can just, absolutely infect a bunch of computers all at once in a big phishing attack and just slow down or ruin those computers and make it unworkable. Very, very annoying. Reformatting usually helps, but um, mostly an annoying virus. Nothing really crazy. Sometimes it is really crazy, but for the most part, mundane. The next one is logic bombs. I did not go over this one yet. This is actually really fun. Uh, Not for you, but for the person that makes it. This is really fun. Okay, so the malicious code hidden inside a program set to be triggered after a specific event. You know what those specific events are? It could be anything. If you type hi in a chat, okay, that could be a specific event. If you type your name, that could be a specific event. If you type your password and they knew your password, okay, and then they knew you were going to type your password in, that could be a specific event. If you clicked on Google Chrome, that could be a specific event. You see what I'm saying? And there's a reason why it's called a logic bomb. Once it has that specific event, your computer's dead. Yeah. Um, well, it should. Sometimes it just deletes certain amounts of data or cause damage, like once it's activated. But if you're going to be dealing with logic bombs, they try to make it as annoying as possible. Um, Logic bombs could hold worms inside that can spread at exponential rates. it could just delete system32 completely, okay? And when you restart your computer, computer's dead. No more data, no more nothing. You're gonna have to reformat everything, reinstall Windows, everything like that. Uh, imagine, imagine being the person that gets fired from a company. Okay, this can happen, um, and you get really, really mad. So you leave the logic bomb in with your coworkers because you kind of know their behavior, and you destroy entire networks of that company because you got fired. Don't do that. It's a crime. You'll go to jail. Okay, but that has happened before. That's kind of like where logic bombs can be, or somebody who's just kind of, a jerk. They're going to put it in your computer like a random Trojan horse virus, right? They're going to put it in your computer. You say hi to your friend, boom, it's gone. Computer's gone. Sometimes people do that. Hackers are not always financially motivated. They're not always nation-based motivated, like nations versus nations. Sometimes they're just kids and they just want to mess with your day because they think it'd be fun. And they're right. It is fun for them, but not for you. So this is what you're learning to defend against. Please, please be, considerate when you when you're trying to understand why these things are happening. Sometimes it's just some punk, okay? And they're just trying to have some fun. You can be mad or you can be effective. Be mad and waste your energy, or be effective and defend against this stuff and just understand it's part of life. Okay, and the next one is exam practice. Remember, this could be on the test. I will not tell you if it is. We will go over it, of course. By the end of this course, the very end of the specific Security Plus course, a bunch of questions that will be on the test. But for now, pay attention. Question 1. What does ransomware do? I went over this twice, so I hope you really get this, okay? A. Encrypts files on a system and demands payment for their decryption. B. Scans for vulnerabilities in a network and provides a report. C. Creates a backdoor for unauthorized access. D. Deletes system files to corrupt the operating system. I'll give you a second. Answer is A. Encrypts files on a system and demands payment for their decryption. I really hope you got this one. We went over this twice. It's very, very important. This might be on the test. Maybe. Wink, wink, But okay, let's go to question 2. What is a logic bomb in cybersecurity? We just went over this the first time. I hope you get this one too. This is very, very easy, okay? So A, malicious code that triggers a specific action when a certain condition is met. B, a virus that spreads automatically across the network. C, a Trojan horse that encrypts sensitive data. That is a really bad answer. D, a worm that slows down your network traffic. That's also a bad answer, but okay, I'll give you a second. The answer is A. Again, I know these questions are really easy in the beginning. They do get harder, they ramp up, and then by the time we get to the end where all these questions come into culmination, we give you the more complicated questions in context of the test. So right now, I'm building up your confidence. I'm building up your basic knowledge base. This is very important for the beginning so that you can know the more complicated stuff later, okay? Thank you for joining me in classic malware types. In this video, we went over several malware types that we've already gone through and one new one. And in the next video, we'll go over more topics in this module. I'll see you in the next video.